Hi guys, welcome back, and hello if you are new. So this week I'm going to be talking about London's hottest property, and by that I don't mean somewhere in Chelsea, but I actually mean the band ITHACA and their brand new album, They Fear Us. So if you've not heard of ITHACA before, they are a band that previously released their album The Language of Injury in 2019 on the now defunct Holy Roar Records. If you've never heard of ITHACA, they are a band that have been going for a little while and very much found their niche, or so I thought. The Language of Injury was a prickly and incredibly sort of aggressive affair, and as much as it was good, it left me wanting a little bit more from the band. So I'm happy to report that ITHACA have absolutely blown away every single person's expectations with They Fear Us, the best album of theirs to date. So thematically, the album deals with a lot of different kind of ideas. There's not sort of like one underlying concept, and they vary from deaths in the family and getting over grief to a huge point on feminism, which we love to see, and also self-image as well, which I think is really, really important. But I think what I latched onto the most on this record conceptually is kind of like that sense of triumph over adversity. You know, like a lot of the reasons that this is called They Fear Us is because you are, you know, above what, you know, the sort of antagonist was, whatever that may be. You know, it could be like a physical antagonist, or it could be metaphorical, such as an illness, or, you know, like something that you're really trying to work to overcome. Whereas previously you could kind of see the influences of the likes of The Chariot, Converge and the Dillinger Escape Plan from kind of a mile off. This time I feel that ITHACA have really pulled in lots of different facets to create an even broader kind of array of sound. Now, of course, these influences are still very much there, but they've kind of, you know, begun to incorporate different ideas. So you've got stuff that, you know, centers around melodic death metal, post-rock, shoegaze, and even towards the latter end of the record, pop and indie. And the record is kind of made up of 9 tracks, and I think that it's very much an album which is in thirds. So the first part of the album is In the Way, The Future Says Thank You, and They Fear Us, which is a very kind of stoic, you know, very sort of like we're here to fuck shit up kind of attitude. And it's very sort of aggressive, I would say. Whereas the second part of the album is kind of where we start to see a little bit more emotion, a bit more experimentation come through on Camera Eats First, which is probably my favourite track off the record. Then you've got Cremation Party and Number 5. But it's on the final 3 songs that I think that ITHACA flourish the most and really begin to blaze their own trail. You've got Fluorescent, You Should Have Gone Back, and then Hold Be Held. And it essentially moves from Deaf Heaven, shoegaze kind of stuff to the 1975 and even elements of Prince, I would say. But I think it's really important that we focus on the idea of the sequencing and, you know, the pace of the record, because that can often be the undoing of many, many albums that could have been really good if they were put together in the right way. So I think it's the look at the dynamics and the way that each song kind of filters into each other that really brings this album into a huge strength. And similarly with that, the transitions on the songs are often really, really quite seamless. You know, like they'll be playing a sort of verse, you know, sort of verse, chorus, bridge, all that sort of stuff. But there's slight changes, and it will either be, you know, the drums or the guitar or something that pushes the band forward. But also they kind of have these really, really big choruses that you can hook onto. And that's what kind of brings it back for that really memorable listen. And Camera Eats First, I think, is one of the best choruses without a doubt. And I have to say, Millie's vocals have come on in leaps and bounds. Not only is she still gonna rip your head off, but there's even more emotion in there. There's more kind of experimentation and trying things out and really kind of being just sort of free with it, to be totally honest, which I think is one of the most amazing things that a band can do. Is just, that's how you blaze your own trail, is you just do what you want to do. But it proves that she can experiment as a vocalist and that she's not one-dimensional. There's a lot more. And this entire band is exactly the same thing. There's still that signature siren sort of guitar sound that they bring in, but there's also loads of different elements that are creeping in at the same time. And it really has completely blown away any expectations I had for this ITHACA record. The Language of Injury proved that ITHACA were definitely a sort of player in the scene, but I think that They Fear Us really cements the band as one of the brightest futures that we've got in the UK right now. And it is absolutely brilliant. It's going to be another sort of addition to the potential album of the year list for sure. So congratulations, Millie and everyone. It's an amazing record. So I hope you learned a little bit more about ITHACA and their brand new album, They Fear Us, which is out now. Let me know what you think in the comments below of the video and the record, and I will see you next week for another album review. Take care, my friends.